Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexis, for you guys who don't know. I mean, why would you know? Because I did post one video and I completely vanished. I was having issues with exporting my videos and my lighting situation, but yes, I am back. So if you want to see how I got this look, definitely keep on watching. Alright guys, so let's get started. So I already did my brows off camera just to save some time and embarrassment. So I'm gonna start by prepping the skin. I'm gonna be using my Olay Regenerist Micro-sculpting cream. I've been using this cream for a while now and it's just great for moisturizing my skin. It also smells really good. I've been breaking out. I'm not sure if it's my cycle or the candy I've been eating on my cycle or some new skincare or all of the above, but yeah, I'm going to be using my P. Louise base in the shade number 3. I love this eye primer. It is great for getting your pigments to pop. So I'm going to be using the Morphe E20 brush. I'm taking it in the inner corner, patting it. You don't want to swipe because that's just gonna be streaky, and this way you'll get the most coverage. This is just going to create a nice even canvas for your eyeshadows. So now what we finna do, we're gonna be using the Jackie, Aina, and Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. And I'm gonna be taking the shade Ginger, and I'm gonna be using my Morphe M533. It's just a nice fluffy brush, and with this brush I'm just gonna pick up Ginger and I'm just gonna press that onto the upper crease area. I'm gonna dip into some color. I'm gonna take the shade Pinker, this nice pinky purpley shade, and I'm gonna be using a Morphe M441. This is a great brush for blending out shadows. So I'm stamping this shade on and focusing it on the outer corner, and then I'm gonna slowly bring that color up, still using tapping motions. This is just going to help diffuse and soften the edges of the shade that we're putting down. And it's also going to create a nice kind of transition shade. I'm going to dig into another Anastasia palette, and this is the Modern Renaissance palette. I'm just going to use one shade out of this palette. I'm going to take the Shadow Love Letter. It's also a nice red berry tone. And do the same thing. Back into the Jackie Aina palette, I'm taking the shade Supreme. It's nice bubblegum pink shade. And I'm taking this on a Wet n Wild packer brush. I actually got this brush from Dwayne Reed for like $1. And I'm just pressing this on the inner corner. So I'm really getting this on the inner corner because I'm not doing an inner corner highlight for this look. So this is basically gonna act as my inner corner highlight. And it into this little socket here. And then I'm going to go in with a thicker brush. This is the BH Cosmetics 24 brush. So I'm patting that on, but I'm also using the bristles to buff out the edges. Add Pinker back on the outer corner. I'm going to take a pop of Ginger one last time and just go over those edges. Now for the fun part, I'm going to apply some eyeliner. I'm going to be using this Colourpop angled eyeshadow brush. So this is a great brush. It's super thin, just how I like it, and I'm going to use a little trick for this. So taking my Visine eye drops, I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand, the smallest drop ever. I'm going to wet my brush and go into the shade Big Wig, which is this nice purple shade. This is going to act as our eyeliner. So the Visine is really going to intensify any shadow you basically want to use. So this also helps your shadows go on so smoothly. Just be careful doing this part. You don't want to be like me and mess it up already. So I'm going to do the other eye off camera and I'm going to get right back to you guys. Alright guys, I'm back and now we're going to move on to the base. I'm going to do my lashes a little bit later because I do want to do like an inner corner wing. So I don't want my lashes to be in the way. Now we're going to start prepping the skin some more. I'm going to use the Milk Hydrogrip. This is such a great primer. I was really sleeping on this primer. I was just like, it's just a primer. It's not really going to do anything. I'm going to let that get tacky for a minute. In the meantime, I'm going to use my Cake Opulence lip scrub, and this smells so good, and honestly it tastes even better. Like, this is what the product look like. All of her products are natural and organic. So I'm just going to use this lip scrub and exfoliate. I'm gonna put on some coconut oil. Then I'm gonna use the Caked Opulence Organic Lip Balm. And this was made by Yelena Walren, my good sis. And she has a skincare brand. You guys should really check it out. I've been using this every day since I got it. And I've had it for a good time now, almost a month. We're gonna use another primer because I got multiple issues. Okay, this is a Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. So this primer is really good if you have oily skin and large pores like myself. So the primer has a nice thick consistency, so I'm just gonna apply this to my T-zone area. So now we're gonna move on to foundation. I'm gonna use my Juno Co foundation sponges to blend out my foundation. I love these sponges. I've got these sponges off of Amazon. Amazing. They use microfiber technology. I do not have perfect skin, so anything that can help my face look flawless, I'm for it. I mix these two foundations. This is my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear foundation, and then I do have the Superstay. This is the shade 330 and this is the shade Cadiz. Told y'all these pumps be cheap. And I'm gonna take 1 pump of the Superstay. Not even 1 pump of the Superstay. I'm gonna take like half. Maybe like boom, boom, boom. I'm just gonna spread it around. This is the brush that I use for my eyebrows sometimes. This is a Morphe M167. So I'm just gonna spread this first, especially on these blemishes. And this is the time that I like to clean up my brows. I like to carefully go in with the foundation shade rather than my concealer. Using my microfiber sponge, I'm just gonna go in with the round part of the butt, if you will. And I'm just gonna blend this out. I need to go outside in the sun because I've been looking really pale and I'm not liking it. Like, I need to go on a vacation ASAP. Can y'all stay home, please? I'd like to go on an airplane. Be sitting under a palm tree on the beach. You know, like, just a thought. Maybe stay inside so we can actually go outside. Okay, now to contour. I'm gonna be taking the Colourpop No Filtr concealer sticks, and this is in the shade Deep Dark 190. I love this for contouring. They're really creamy and they are easy to blend out, affordable. I'm gonna take my IT Cosmetics dual end brush and I'm just going to apply it onto the brush, not directly onto my nose. Dab some off and then go underneath to contour. I'm taking this contour into the brow just so it looks more natural that way. Contour the forehead. I'm going to be using a Real Techniques 202 brush, and this is also called the Insta Pop Face brush. So I'm going to start off by blending out my contour, and I'm going to take like the edge of the contour brush right here, and I'm going to be pressing that into the contour just to, you know, start warming up the contour, and then we could start to utilize the whole body of the brush. So I'm just blending it out, keeping it upwards, not down. You don't want to bring your contour down. It's going to do the opposite of what we want, like that. And then you can add more contour if you need to. I'm just going to go in with my Juno Co sponge just to try to blend everything out. Okay, now to conceal. I'm going to take my Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer in the shade Warm Sand. And I'm going to use this concealer as my first concealer. Just going to lay that down like so. Also taking it on the sides of my nose, just to help clean up that contour. Just using this on the high points of my face. Use the Colourpop No Filtr concealer in the shade Dark 40 around my mouth because it is a little darker there. So I just want to cancel out that darkness. We're also going to go in with a lighter concealer. I'm going to take the Tarte Shape Tape concealer in the shade Tan, and I'm just going to put it on the innermost corner like so. This is going to help brighten up the under eye, and I'm going to take it just slightly on the center of wherever I put concealer. And if you do leave your concealer there for too long, definitely go in with any type of facial spray. I like to use the Mario Badescu facial spray in case my concealer just gets a little too stiff and hard to move around. So I just spray it, then go in, and it just blends out so much easier. For the under eyes, I'm going to take the pointy end of the Juno Co sponge, and I'm going to blend the first shade that we put on first. So I like to go and blend that out, just so we're going to work from bottom up, and this is just going to create a more gradient effect. I like to go back to the side, and also you want to just kind of clean up that nose contour. Then I'm going to move up to that lighter concealer. This is also a great time to clean up that eyeshadow, so I'm going to use this edge to just try my best to clean up the eyeshadow, and then use the end to blend out the edges. Right now it's baking time, so I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder, and this is in the shade Banana. I'm going to dip my powder and then knock off the excess in the cover because we don't need too much. And before you do this step, you just want to make sure that your concealer is not, you know, creasing or anything. It's normal. If it happens, it happens. Just try to blend it out. Lightly pressing that powder in. I'm going to switch over to bronzing / contouring because I forgot to do that. I'm a mess. I know. My mom told me. So I'm going to use the blush brush, which is also the Real Techniques 400 brush, and I'm going to use Miss Fenty Beauty Caramel Cutie bronzer. I like to use a blush brush, well, this specific brush, because it's just really light and easy to apply products. So I'm just gonna take by swirling the brush, start swirling that bad boy, and then I'm just gonna put a little bit on my jawline to cut off those quarantine snacks. And now I'm gonna go back to my foundation sponge because this have a really nice flat edge to it, if you guys could tell. And I'm gonna take my Fenty Beauty powder. I'm gonna cut this contour. That should do. And then I'm gonna cut underneath my nose as well with the Caramel Cutie again. And then this is another Wet n Wild brush. Doing the same thing I did earlier and taking it into the brow. And now I'm gonna press this into the forehead just because I don't want my forehead too bright. Press this in the skin. Now I'm gonna use a big fluffy brush from Real Techniques. I've been using a lot of Real Technique brushes recently. Okay, this is the powder brush, and I'm just going to dust this off. And that making your contour left like a white streak, or it's, you know, too bright or anything, just try to blend it out as best as you can. Go in with a damp sponge, and that should help out a little bit. If it don't, use like a face powder, you know, a powder that matches your skin. This is a nice light one that I use from Sephora. This is the Sephora Micro Smooth powder in the shade Tan, so I'm just gonna lightly go over where I baked. I'm going to go in and actually do my under eye. Since I'm baking right now, I don't want that follow on my face. I'm actually going to use the Sephora waterproof eyeliner. This is in the shade Love Affair. It's a nice purpley shade. I'm going to take a smudge brush, just any smudge brush, go in with pinker, and I'm going to smudge that out. Okay, now I'm going to use this Luxie Flat Definer 221 brush. I'm going to pick up Supreme, take that in the innermost corner. Like I said, I'm low-key over the shimmery inner corner highlights. And then I think it's safe to take off this bake now. This is a tapered highlighter brush actually I got from Shein. Shein actually sells makeup brushes. Shein sells a lot of things that you think you don't need until you see them. I'm gonna slightly bake the nose one more time, just so you know the contour could pop out. I'm gonna spray the face down. This is the Mario Badescu lavender spray. I'm gonna take my sponge. I have the Fenty Beauty Cream Blush in Summertime Wine, and I'm going to actually apply this with my fingers. It's a nice, really pretty shade, and it's super creamy. Those don't look too even. Girl, what are you doing? So I'm gonna blend this out with my fingers. Pretty easy to blend out as well, and you know, since your fingers are warm, it's gonna help blend in that product better than a brush, I feel. I'm gonna go in with, this is the NARS blush. Ooh, child, my thighs just saved this blush. Okay, this is the NARS blush in Guli. I don't know how to pronounce this. Y'all tell me. Gulu, I don't know. And I'm going to use a Luxie tapered highlighter brush. Luxie 522. Boom. Ties in really well with this eyeshadow. I'm gonna take the shade Big Wig with the same angled brush, and I'm gonna try to do an inner corner cat's eye moment. I have to do this off camera, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna use another Fenty Beauty product. This is the Fairy Balm 24 Cray highlighter, Morphe 510 brush, and I'm gonna press this onto the high points of the face. This does get a little messy. But it is a really gorgeous highlighter shade. Oh shit, where'd my lashes go? I found one lash. Where's the other? This is so ghetto. Alexis. I found my lash. My lashes are still drying. We're gonna use the Colourpop lip liner in the shade Chi. And this is a collaboration with Colourpop and Karrueche Tran. They need to bring this collaboration back. Colourpop, if you watch this one day, please. I'm gonna use this Bite Beauty lip shade. My boyfriend actually took me to Bite Beauty a couple years ago to customize my own lipstick, so just use any nice pinky shade, dab it on. I'm gonna use the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee. I don't know if anyone else gets this problem, but sometimes when my lip glosses don't stick in the inner rim of my mouth. Not sure why. I use a lip topper to smooth it out. One of the best hacks ever. So this is the Colourpop Neat Freak lip topper. It was a collaboration with Makeup by Shayla. I just really wish that my eyes weren't watery because I feel like it always messes up my lower lash line, like, and my lashes. It messes up my makeup, period. Let me know if you guys have that problem down below. Do your eyes get watery? If so, I feel your pain. Unpopular opinion. This spray, this Morphe setting spray that all of y'all love, I feel like it's a bit overrated. Now, the mattifying continuous setting mist is a big deal. Okay, I like this, and I feel like a lot of people like it because one, it's affordable, and two, it's a continuous spray. So the aerosol finish, the aerosol spray mist that it's giving, it's just so light and nice on the face. I agree, but if we're talking about the longevity of my makeup, I'm gonna use something that's more mattifying. That's for like a dewier finish. It smells like watermelons. I don't know what it smells like, but I like it. And this is the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see, make sure you like and subscribe. Definitely let me know what you guys want to see in the future. Bye guys.